My beloved child, pause for just a moment, because someone you love has two friends who cannot stop talking about you. One of them believes you are the missing piece of a story that has not yet reached its ending. The other is completely convinced that your presence will change everything in ways no one can predict. They have argued, questioned, and watched every small detail, trying to understand why your name keeps returning to every conversation. Don't skip. Because what happened next surprised even the person they were talking to. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The strange part is that neither friend knows the full truth, yet both feel certain that you are standing at the edge of a life-changing chapter. One keeps saying, "There is something different about this person." The other quietly replies, "You have no idea what is coming." As the conversation grew deeper, the person you love stayed unusually silent. That silence said more than 1,000 words. Every opinion, every question, every unexpected statement slowly uncovered emotions that had been hidden for a long time. One friend encouraged them to stop pretending and finally admit what they truly felt whenever your name appeared. The second friend warned them not to wait too long because opportunities like this rarely appear twice. Those words echoed in the room, leaving everyone thoughtful. Don't skip. Because the most unexpected part has not arrived yet. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a brief pause, and during that silence, the person you love looked away as if remembering a moment connected to you that no one else knew existed. Then something happened that completely changed the direction of the discussion. One friend quietly revealed a detail they had been keeping to themselves for weeks. The room instantly became silent. Even the person you love could not hide their expression anymore. The truth was not loud, it was simple, honest, and impossible to ignore. Suddenly, every opinion began to shift. The friend who had doubted you started asking different questions, while the one who believed in you became even more confident that your story was far from over. Don't skip. Because the next moment uncovers what those two friends decided to do after reaching an unexpected conclusion, and it may be the biggest revelation of all. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Listen carefully, because the conversation did not end when everyone became silent. It was only beginning. The two friends looked at each other as though they had finally connected pieces of a puzzle that had been scattered for far too long. One of them leaned forward and quietly said, "You still haven't told them how much they truly matter." Those words landed heavily. The person you love didn't answer immediately. Instead, they smiled for just a second before looking down, almost as if they were protecting a feeling they had never shared with anyone. Don't skip, because what happened after that changed the entire mood of the room. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The second friend wasn't convinced. They crossed their arms and asked a question no one expected. If this person means so much to you, why do you keep acting as though they're just another chapter in your life? The room became completely still. There was no quick reply. Only a long breath, and eyes filled with thoughts that had never been spoken aloud. Finally, the person you love admitted something unexpected. They confessed that every time your name appeared, their heart became calmer, but at the same time they feared saying the wrong thing and losing a connection that felt incredibly rare. Hearing those words, the first friend gently smiled and whispered, then stop hiding behind silence. Some people only appear once in a lifetime. Don't skip, because the biggest realization is still ahead. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Just when it seemed the discussion had reached its end, one final sentence changed everything. One of the friends quietly revealed that they had noticed something no one else had seen, a small moment, almost invisible, where the person you love had spoken about you with genuine admiration when they believed nobody was listening. That single observation erased every remaining doubt in the room. Both friends now agreed on one thing. Whatever this connection was, it deserved honesty instead of hesitation. The person you love sat there without speaking, but the look on their face revealed more than words ever could. They knew the next decision could change everything, and neither friend wanted them to miss that opportunity. Don't skip, because the next moment reveals the unexpected choice they finally make, and nothing will feel the same after it. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. For a moment, nobody spoke, yet the silence carried more meaning than any conversation before it. The person you love slowly looked out the window, lost in memories that had remained hidden for far too long. One friend quietly asked, "When did you first realize this person was different?" The answer did not come immediately. Instead, there was a deep breath, followed by a gentle smile that no one in the room had seen before. Finally, they admitted, it wasn't one big moment. It was hundreds of small moments that refused to leave my heart. Those words caught both friends completely off guard. Don't skip, because the next revelation changes everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The friend who had questioned you from the beginning suddenly changed their tone. They confessed that after watching everything carefully, they had noticed something impossible to ignore. Every time your name came up, the person you love became calmer, more hopeful, and strangely more confident about the future. "That's not ordinary," they whispered. "People don't react like that unless someone has left a lasting impression." The room fell silent again, but this silence was different. It was filled with understanding instead of doubt. The first friend nodded and said, "Maybe this story isn't about coincidence at all. Maybe it's about perfect timing." Those words stayed in everyone's mind long after they were spoken. Don't skip, because the biggest surprise has not been revealed yet. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Then came the moment no one expected. One friend reached into their pocket and pulled out something small, a simple reminder connected to a conversation from weeks earlier. "You remember this?" they asked. The person you love looked at it for a long moment before quietly smiling. "I remember," they replied. "That was the day I realized I couldn't stop thinking about them." Neither friend expected such an honest answer. Everything suddenly made sense. Every hesitation, every quiet smile, every unanswered question pointed toward the same truth. But before anyone could say another word, the person you love stood up with a look of quiet determination. The decision they were about to make left both friends completely speechless. And what happened next would become the most unforgettable chapter of this entire story. Don't skip, stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Everything changed the instant the person you love took that first step toward the door. Neither of the two friends tried to stop them. Instead, they exchanged a quiet glance, because they both knew this decision had been building for much longer than anyone realized. One friend finally broke the silence and said, "No matter what happens next, don't let fear speak louder than your heart." Those words seemed to unlock something that had been hidden for a long time. The person you love paused, smiled softly, and whispered, "I think I've waited long enough." Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal something no one in that room expected. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Just as they were about to leave, the second friend called out one last time. "Before you go, answer one question honestly." The room became completely still again. If you had one chance to tell them how you truly feel, would you take it, or would you spend the rest of your life wondering what could have happened? That question lingered in the air. The answer came slowly but with complete certainty. "I don't want another unanswered chapter," the person you love said. Some people enter your life for a reason, and pretending they don't matter only creates regret. Both friends looked at each other and quietly nodded. For the very first time, they completely agreed. Every opinion, every doubt, every debate had led to this single realization. Then came the final surprise of the evening. As they reached the doorway, one friend revealed something they had never shared before. "There was a day when someone asked us what kind of person could truly change your future," they admitted. "Without even thinking, your eyes gave us the answer before your words ever could." The person you love froze for a moment, unable to hide their expression anymore. In that instant, everything became clear. The conversation had never really been about choosing sides. It had always been about discovering a truth that was impossible to ignore. Don't skip, because the next chapter begins with a decision that neither friend saw coming, and it will uncover the message that has been waiting for the perfect moment. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A new morning arrived, but the conversation from the previous night refused to fade. The person you love carried every word with them, replaying each sentence until one thought became impossible to ignore. The two friends had not simply shared opinions, they had uncovered a truth that had been quietly growing all along. As they stood alone, they whispered something no one else was there to hear. "Maybe I've been waiting for the perfect moment, when the perfect moment was simply being honest." Those words changed everything. Don't skip. Because the next revelation is the one the entire story has been leading toward. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Not long afterward, one of the two friends reached out again. This time there were no debates, no questions, and no doubts. Instead, they said something that caught everyone by surprise. "We've spent so much time discussing this person," they admitted, "that we forgot to tell you the most important thing. Every time your future came up, your eyes always found the same direction." The person you love smiled quietly, not because they were hearing something new, but because someone else had finally noticed what they had been trying to hide. The second friend gently laughed and said, "You know what's amazing? We started this conversation with different opinions, but somehow we've ended with exactly the same conclusion. Don't skip, because the biggest discovery is only seconds away. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you." Then, just before they walked away, the first friend shared one final observation that left the person you love completely speechless. The strongest connections don't always begin with loud moments, they said. Sometimes they begin with quiet thoughts that never stop returning. The person you love closed their eyes for a brief moment, took a deep breath, and finally accepted what their heart had known all along. Every discussion, every question, every disagreement between those two friends had pointed toward this single realization. Their opinions had never been about deciding your worth, they had been helping someone discover feelings they could no longer ignore. As they took one confident step forward, it became clear that the next chapter would not be written by uncertainty, but by courage. Don't skip, because what happens next will reveal the choice that changes the entire story forever. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What happened next was something neither of the two friends could have predicted. Days passed, but the conversation they had shared refused to disappear. Every word echoed in the heart of the person you love until one quiet evening they stopped running from their own thoughts. They looked at the sky and softly admitted, "The more I try to ignore this, the clearer it becomes." It was not a dramatic confession. It was something much deeper, a realization that had been waiting patiently for the right moment. Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal the hidden reason those two friends never stopped talking about you. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. At that very moment, one of the friends made an unexpected statement. "Do you remember the first time you mentioned their name?" they asked. The person you love nodded slowly. "Back then," the friend continued, "your voice changed. You didn't even notice it, but we did. Since that day, every conversation somehow found its way back to the same person." The second friend smiled and added, "We argued because we saw different pieces of the picture. But now we finally understand, we were never arguing about them. We were trying to understand what they awakened inside you." Those words filled the silence with a completely different kind of emotion. Don't skip. Because the greatest truth is only moments away. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Then came the final realization that brought everything together. The person you love looked at both friends and quietly said, "Thank you, because your different opinions forced me to face a truth I kept avoiding." Neither friend answered immediately. They simply smiled, knowing their role in the story had finally been fulfilled. Before leaving, one of them turned around and said one unforgettable sentence, "The strongest stories aren't built by perfect circumstances. They're built by people who finally stop hiding what matters most." Those words remained long after everyone had gone. And as the person you love took one confident step toward a brand new chapter, it became clear that this story was never about two friends choosing between different opinions. It was about someone discovering a truth that had been quietly waiting in their heart all along. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals what happens when that truth finally meets the moment it has been waiting for. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The story did not end with that conversation. In many ways, it had only just begun. The person you love walked away carrying a new sense of clarity, but the two friends remained behind for a few more moments. One of them quietly smiled and said, "Do you think they'll finally stop hiding now?" The other looked toward the distance before answering, "I think they're no longer afraid of the truth, they're only waiting for the right moment to express it." Those simple words carried a quiet certainty that neither of them had felt before. Don't skip, because what happened after this was something no one could have planned. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Later that day, something unexpected happened. The person you love came across a small reminder that instantly brought your name back into their thoughts. It wasn't anything extraordinary, yet it felt impossible to ignore. They paused, smiled without realizing it, and whispered, "Some connections never really leave." At that exact moment, one of the two friends sent a short message, "Have you made your decision yet?" The reply came only a few minutes later. "Yes. But this time I want my actions to speak louder than my hesitation." Reading those words, both friends knew the uncertainty that had once surrounded every conversation had finally disappeared. Don't skip, because the next revelation changes the direction of everything. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. As evening arrived, the three of them met one final time. There were no debates, no questions, and no conflicting opinions. The first friend smiled and said, "It's amazing how differently we saw this at the beginning." The second friend nodded before adding, "Yet somehow we both arrived at the same conclusion." The person you love looked at them with quiet gratitude and replied, "If you hadn't challenged me, I might never have understood what my heart had been trying to tell me all along." For a brief moment, complete silence filled the air, but this silence was peaceful, confident, and full of hope. Then the person you love took one determined step forward, knowing the next chapter would no longer be written by uncertainty, but by courage and honesty. Don't skip, because the next chapter reveals the unexpected moment when everything they have realized begins to unfold in a way no one saw coming. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you.